Imagine waking up in a world where a simple cut could kill you. Clean water was never guaranteed, and winter meant starvation for half the village. And yet, somehow, people survived. Not just survived, but adapted, engineered, and quietly invented ways to stay alive that modern history books barely mention. Here's the paradox. Many medieval inventions that kept ordinary people alive were so effective, so elegantly simple, that they still work today, sometimes better than our high-tech solutions. You know, we tend to picture the Middle Ages as a time of ignorance and superstition, but what if the truth is darker and smarter at the same time? What if survival itself forced innovation in ways we've forgotten? Tonight, we step into muddy streets, smoky halls, and freezing nights to uncover the medieval inventions that stood between life and death, and ask why some of their wisdom disappeared, even though it still quietly works. To understand these inventions, you have to imagine daily life without safety nets. No antibiotics, no central heating, no modern plumbing, no emergency services. Disease spread fast, winters killed slowly, and hunger never felt far away. So medieval people didn't invent for comfort, they invented for survival. This was an age shaped by plagues, famines and war, but also by monasteries preserving knowledge, peasants experimenting through trial and error, and craftsmen passing secrets from one generation to the next. Water wheels powered mills long before electricity, communal ovens fed entire villages, and simple architectural choices turned fragile huts into life-saving shelters. These weren't accidents, they were responses to crisis. Over time, these methods became so normal that no one wrote them down as inventions. They were just how you stayed alive. Take water filtration, for example. Medieval cities often used layered sand, gravel, and charcoal filtration systems. Imagine it, just gravity, stone basins, and natural materials to make contaminated water drinkable. Or think about thermal mass in homes. Thick stone or earth-packed walls absorbed heat during the day and released it slowly at night, keeping interiors warm long after fires died out. Smoke hoods and early chimneys didn't just vent smoke, they reduced deadly indoor poisoning. Even food preservation was engineered. Fermentation, salting, drying and root cellars weren't culinary traditions, they were survival technologies. You know, each step was intentional. Remove moisture to stop rot. Lower temperatures to slow decay. Use bacteria to fight bacteria. None of it required electricity, just observation, patience, and hard-earned knowledge. Here's where it gets uncomfortable for us today. In a world facing climate instability, power outages, and fragile supply chains, these medieval solutions suddenly look practical. Passive heating through thick walls is now rebranded as energy-efficient architecture. Rainwater harvesting, once a medieval necessity, is again being promoted for sustainability. Fermented foods are praised for gut health, charcoal filters for emergency water purification. The truth is, we didn't invent these ideas, we rediscovered them. Medieval people optimized survival with minimal resources, while we often depend on complex systems that fail fast when disrupted. Their inventions remind us that resilience doesn't always mean advanced, it means reliable. So, when we talk about medieval inventions that kept people alive, we're not talking about relics or curiosities, we're talking about a forgotten survival playbook. These methods worked because they respected nature instead of fighting it, because they were simple enough to repair, and because they were shared knowledge, not patented secrets. In many ways, the Middle Ages weren't just a dark time. They were a testing ground for human resilience. And as modern life grows more fragile, those old solutions feel less like history and more like warning signs and guides. If you want to keep uncovering the hidden intelligence of the past and what it means for our future, stay curious, share this story, and subscribe. Because sometimes the key to surviving tomorrow is buried deep in yesterday.